As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be MAGA. To me, being MAGA meant I loved the United States of America. Even before I knew what politics was, I knew where I stood. I knew I had to be one of them. It was there I belonged. To me, it meant waving the flag when they told you to hide it. It meant telling the truth in a world full of lies. We prayed out loud, said what's what, and didn't care who got offended. And we could spot crazy a mile away. In a world full of Karens, we were the only ones laughing. While they whined, we got to work. We fought for the America we knew was still there. The one of freedom, faith, and a better future for our families. That's the dream. It was ours and we weren't going anywhere. We'd never give up and we'd never give in. And that is what it means to be MAGA.
Tonight, we are diving into Trump's greatest parody hits, a sing-along nobody asked for, but everybody secretly needs. You know, the greatest hits like Living It Up When ICE Is Coming For Ya, or how about the star-studded Make America Great Again, featuring Nicki Minaj, allegedly, all the way to the streets' greatest anthem. That's right, what you gonna do with all that ice inside these streets? Guys, listen. It's going to be a hell of a fucking show. Buckle up, hot dogs and tacos. I'm Scott. This is the OTPH Show. Now let's do the damn thing. What's up, everybody? Thank you so very much for being here with me this evening. Luigi, always a pleasure, my friend. Always a pleasure. Buckle up, buddy. It's going to be a good one. I mean, I got some things to show you. But back to this. Dude, they took Ray Liotta's voice and put it to, remember Goodfellas? I know you know that movie, okay? And they took his voice and they put it to MAGA. This is great.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be MAGA. To me, being MAGA meant I loved the United States of America. Even before I knew what politics was, I knew where I stood. I knew I had to be one of them. It was there I belonged.
Yeah, baby.
To me, it meant waving the flag when they told you to hide it. It meant telling the truth in a world full of lies. We prayed out loud, said what's what, and didn't care who got offended. And we could spot crazy a mile away. In a world full of Karens, we were the only ones laughing. While they whined, we got to work.
Amen.
We fought for the America we knew was still there. The one of freedom, faith, and a better future for our families. That's the dream. It was ours and we weren't going anywhere. We'd never give up and we'd never give in. And that is what it means to be MAGA.
Amen to that. I mean, how do you feel about that? I agree with everything that said. I think it's absolutely great that they used Goodfellas. It was it's awesome. It's Ray Liotta's monologue, or not monologue. Yeah, monologue in the very beginning, when he talks about how he always wanted to be, part of the mafia. Anyways, thanks for being here. Scan the QR code up in the corner. Help us out. My Patriot Supply. Thank you for sponsoring this lovely live stream this evening. This is the OTPH Show. Let's get to having some fun. I got some good news too, to get away from the doom and gloom and point out, what's really happening in America, what Trump's really been doing for the American people. I know there's a lot of noise out there pointing out, there's a blue wave. No, there's not. There's literally no fucking blue wave. But when I saw all these parody songs, guys, I had to save every single one. Let's get into them. Now, this one is, it's going to make you laugh. I mean, it's an Eagles parody. It's fucking great.
Lawful orders from the agents of ICE. Raise your hands up into the air and put down your device. Nothing good about resisting. No, it won't ever end up well. Might get yourself a citation.
This is incredible. See, this is the scary part about AI. And if you're new here, this is something that we talk about every once in a while. We'll talk about AI and stuff. This is the scary part of AI. Because this sounds exactly like Trump for the most part.
Live to tell One thing I can assure you, if you floor the gas in your car, might make it another half a block, but you won't get very far. And still these liberals will keep on acting a fool.
That's so awesome. That is so awesome. One more time for the people in the back. I mean, you can't help but laugh at these individuals that go absolutely, batshit crazy out here in the streets, And some of these people are paid protesters, whatever the case may be, but they are literally going absolutely bananas out in the streets. And you want us to take you seriously? Of course we're going to make jokes about it. That's what we do. That's how we beat you before, and that's how we're going to beat you again. With memes. We're just going to embarrass you. You should be embarrassed for opposing ICE. And for all these Democrats out here, these political officials that think you can abolish ICE, you can't. They are an official branch of the United States law enforcement or DOJ. So there's nothing that you can do. It's already been funded. You want them to wear body cams? Me too. I want them to wear body cams too. I think it's brilliant that they want them to wear body cams. We wouldn't have to, I was saying this earlier to my beautiful wife, we wouldn't have to have mass deportation if we didn't have such an influx of illegal migration. You see what I'm saying? We wouldn't have to have it. We already had somewhat of a problem with it before, like any sovereign nation. Right? You would think that they would have immigration problems, but other than that, it's a typical thing. It's not a typical thing. We should have very strict immigration policies, in my opinion. One of our forefathers, Alexander Hamilton, said, foreign interest is getting involved. Well, he didn't. This isn't verbatim. I'm obviously paraphrasing, but foreign involvement is not good for our country, is essentially what he said, and now look at what's going on. And now we have to go out. I literally saw a lady protesting where I live. She had a sign dressed as a handsmaid with one of those handsmaid there. She thinks that she's going to be forced to have children. She's like 80 years old or whatever. I'll give it to her. She's out there protesting all the time. I laugh at her. Do what you want. You know what? You're being peaceful. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. Don't tell me I'm wrong. I won't tell you you're wrong. I'll just laugh at you and think you're an idiot, just like you laugh at me and think I'm an idiot. You see how we're like one and the same, except for our way is way better. That's all I got to say about it. This next thing I got for you, though. Oh, hey, what's going on, Chad? How you doing? Thanks for being here with me, buddy. This next video I got for you real quick. Yeah, we'll play that next video first. Hope everybody's doing good. Thank you so very much. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Well, you're already subscribed because you guys are awesome. So light up the comments for me. This is the one with Nicki Minaj. These are so great.
And here's a rumor, JD Vance will be your future.
To make America.
I don't know, man. Marco Rubio, in my eyes, is changing my mind completely when it comes. I don't know if you saw what he said to the global elites and how he said that our economy is no longer their play device and that his goal personally is to leave a future for our children, which that is 100% true. Now, he might be a war hawk, but there's something that I'm coming to terms with when it comes to America is that we're really good at fighting. We're really good at fucking shit up. Just what it is. I'm not saying that we should invade people, but I'm not saying we shouldn't grease the wheels a little bit and protect other people, you know what I mean? And make our cut on the back end. I'm not saying be a bully. But, somebody needs a little bit of help here, a little bit of help there, why not fucking help them out? As long as they're paying. That's all I care about. As long as they're paying and they're not coming here. That's another thing too. But I think that Marco Rubio is going to be a real contender, or it's going to be JD Vance and Marco Rubio, his vice president. And then it's going to be Marco Rubio and maybe Pete Hegseth, but I don't think Pete Hegseth is like real likable. I think people would go in a straight meltdown if that was to happen. But I don't know. I mean, Marco Rubio at his last the way he handled himself with Venezuela and Congress when they had the congressional hearing in Congress, I mean, he stumped everybody. Everybody's laughing. I mean, he's very well known in Congress. You know, he's got a very good reputation, even though I think he's a war hawk. Regardless, I don't care. You know, can he lead the country? That's what I care about. Do I have like the fullest confidence in JD Vance? No. I haven't seen him do something or say something that's going to make me go, wow, I'd vote for that guy. I mean, when it came to the ICE stuff, yeah, you know, and whatnot, but maybe I just haven't caught any of his speeches where he was a keynote speaker. You know what I mean? But Marco Rubio definitely killed it. His last several speeches, his last several hearings that he's had. I side with him completely when it comes to the sanctity and the safety of our future and the future of our nation, you know, 100%. And I don't have to agree with all the foreign policy. I don't think that we should be really, hey, you want to make money from us? That's cool. I think that other than that, I don't really want anything else from you. You know, like we can do business, but you know, that's ultimately what I would want to happen. But we live in a war culture, I guess. I don't want to accept it. I'm not accepting it. I don't agree with it, but this is what it is. And if this is what's going to secure our future and our kids' future and their safety and solidify the Constitution for them and their free speech and all their rights that God had given to them, that we protect as Americans, that we recognize, I think it's amazing. I think that Marco Rubio definitely shined when it comes to that, and he definitely embodies the American spirit. And you know, his family comes from Cuba and everything like that. So, and then there's JD Vance. I don't know. Leave a comment. I'm rambling. Let's go.
Gray, vote for JD Vance in 22A.
No, I don't know. I think it is. It's probably, that'd be a hard team to beat, Vance and Rubio. That'd be a really hard, but it's tough because I don't know. The election's so far away, you know. So after midterms, you know, that's when they'll start buckling down and everything like that. But I really honestly don't know what to think about it. I don't know if I would vote for JD Vance as president. That's a tough one. Like, hands down, I'd say Trump, yes. Hands down, I'd say Rubio, yes. For sure. Rubio, especially after the way that he's been handling situations and like really showing his love for the country. You know, not just for the state, and not saying that he doesn't love this country. He didn't love it before. I just never really saw it the way that I saw it over the last several interviews and hearings that he's been a part of. So hopefully he stays strong. I think he's a great Secretary of State. I think JD Vance is a great, you know, vice president. I don't have any qualms with his ability to squash the narrative, you know, and like call people out for what it is, you know, and kind of roll his eyes. And that's what you got to do with these crazy people. That's why we got this sing along tonight. Kind of let our hairs down. Kind of let our hair down. It's been been getting beat up. And, you know, the voters that cite inflation and the cost of living as a top issue for Trump's administration as they push forward to expand energy and deregulation to lower prices, which again in all actuality, we're not going to see it overnight, but we are winning. Multiple outlets have reported that inflation and cost of living remain the number one concern for most voters, which is true. What the hell's going on here? Well, we were sold out. That's what's going on here. But nevertheless, it's always going to be a number one concern for everybody that lives in this country that has a fucking brain in their squash, is that the cost of living. Like, I should be able to have money in the bank and save, and have at least $5,000 to $10,000 in the bank. And that's just at the salary that I have. I think that people shouldn't have to live paycheck to paycheck. That's a problem. That'll always be a concern, especially if you have children. I mean, take that into consideration too. And, get a fucking dog, buy a house. And it's, of course, it should always be the number one concern. And, 9.2, that's what, Joe Biden was at, 9.2 for inflation. That's crazy. Of course, look at now, he's got to fight everything back down. He's got to fight everything. He got everything jacked back up. And well, there's this theory out there. It's a conspiracy theory, obviously, but the prices never really went up. They just jacked up the prices. Not saying it's true. Not saying it's not true. I don't know. But what I do know is that they are widely reporting that the economy, Scott Bassett, who is an economic genius and I have total faith in, he's really pushing forward for the American dream for people. Like, he wants people to have money in their pocket, because if you got money, if people are happy, they do better. If people don't want to do things, right, and you don't incentivize them and give them a reason to do it, and you just force them to do it, they're not going to do it to the best of their ability. Do you see? Do you see? So are prices like going down dramatically? Yeah, I mean, not dramatically, but a couple months ago, I was paying almost $5 a gallon for high test because I have an Audi, but I was paying, almost $5 a gallon for high test, and now it's at like $3.99. It's at $2.99 for regular. So let's take that into consideration. Eggs have gone down. Food is going down. We got choked out for a little bit, but things are getting back up. We have somebody that knows how to get the economy stimulated without printing more money. You saw what he's doing with Colin Powell. So we are winning. He is answering the call. Obviously, the media is not going to spin it that way. I like how Trump stays fair and says, yep, you can be in here, but you got to play by the rules. But the media is always going to spin it, but they have no other choice but to recognize what's happening with deregulation, the tariffs, and fucking everything else that's been going on. I mean, we're talking $20 trillion, ladies and gentlemen. He's going after Colin Powell, the guy that is the president of the Federal Reserve, because technically they shouldn't have been loaning us any money. For decades, they've been printing money. And then after COVID, with the PPP loans or the PCE loans or whatever the fuck I don't know. I don't care. What I know is that they printed off a bunch of money that we just didn't have to try to pop our bubble. Thank God, Trump. Thank God. Okay. Leave a like on this video if you believe that too. Thank God for Trump. Seriously. I mean, I never really believed in politics until him. And that's no joke. I never believed in voting or any of that stuff until him. And he's answering the call day to day, and he's making choices for the American people. And he's getting the Dems to show their ass at the same time as he's so goal orientated. Oriented. What the fuck? He's so goal oriented that he doesn't see the hate. He's been in it for so long that it just doesn't bother him. He sees the light at the end of the tunnel. America being back to what it was, the fucking best. Because we are the best. We are the best. And now Trump is making everybody admit that we are the best. He's like, you know what? We're just going to pull out. He's just playing so many different hands at the same time. And it's overstimulating. But remember when he said, we're going to keep winning. And you're going to be like, no, sir, we can't stop winning. And they're like, no, we got to keep winning more. We need more. Yes, we do. And it's happening so fast. You know why it's happening so fast? Because the way that Trump is handling them is guerrilla warfare. And he's doing it legal. They don't know how to do what he's doing. They're like, how are they doing it? The Dems are like, I don't fucking know, man. They're breaking down. You see them. They're swearing now. They're getting fucking uppity. There was one Congress lady from Jersey. She got in an ICE officer's face and physically struck an officer. I mean, these people are literally going crazy because they don't know what to do and they know they're going to lose. They know they're going to lose. Everybody says they're going to win. You know how I know we're going to win is because our base is still at 80% strong. And you know what it is for the independents? And this is the sweet number you want it to be at. It's right at 55. 55% of independent voters, registered voters, still support Trump and his efforts. And liberals are flipping every day, which I don't care. I just want you to be American. I think the two-party system needs to go away. I think that it should be about the ideas. That's what it should be for, that fit within this beautiful thing we call the Constitution. And to make sure that our people are prosperous so people can be the best that they can be and live in the land of the free. Yeah, I didn't even mean to rhyme on that. Leave a like for that. Thank you. But it's just, what do? We go on to the next song because I'm rambling. But Trump, we are winning. Okay, just so you know, ICE is doing their thing. They're not going anywhere. When you see all these fucking Democrats out here and all these Democrats and all these rhinos are like, we're going to do something about ICE. There ain't a goddamn thing you can do about ICE. There ain't a goddamn thing you can do. They are funded for the next fucking 5 years, bitch. There ain't a goddamn thing you can do about them. Okay. And they're not going anywhere because they're a legitimate part of law enforcement. Anyway, so enough with the whole we're gonna abolish ICE, because guess what? They're gonna be anywhere. They're gonna be everywhere. I gotta find that fucking song. Oh, here it is. This is funny.
With all that ice at protest sites.
I'ma get right my rights from ignoring blue police lights.
Okay, I drive these liberals crazy, get madder by the day. Leave
Stop
they think
it.
rules on applying, so now they're out here crying. Officer said hands up, but she had other plans, huh?
Yes.
Agitating agents while she fishing.
Yes, Luigi, yes, 100%. We need to get back to the gold standard. Yes, 100%. We need to back our money up with the goods that we produce, right? Just like any business, right? You, brother, I know you know exactly what I'm talking about, man. And I agree with that 100%. We need to go back to the gold. We need to back our money with the stuff that we export to as well, the things that we make here in America and also sell to the world. I think that would create a lot of wealth for us too as well. And it's just crazy that they got rid of the gold standard. It should have just been a dead giveaway, but everybody's like, oh yeah, let's do it. And you're like, guys, do you understand what's going to happen here? Right? They're going to pop this bubble. They're going to try to pop this bubble. They're going to pretend like, oh, no. We got nothing to back anything by. And I think Trump is trying to bring back the gold standard too. I'm going to follow up with that one. But yes, I agree with you 100%, brother. I think that they should be bringing back the gold standard. I don't think that the Federal Reserve to me should be, if it was a proper bank and it wasn't ran by demonic creatures, that's my opinion. it should be, you know, the most fiscally sound part of our country, and being like, hey, we can't spend this money. What are we doing? Because if anybody knows, you know, what happens is the government signs a note and then goes to the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve says, okay. And then they charge us fucking interest on that too, because they're cocks, like any bank. Because, you know, they got to make their money. Okay. And if it was, never mind. I'm not even going to get into the Jew thing. Let's go back to this.
For engagement, why? She'll run you over. Run you over with her thinking. Blame that Coolidge you drinking. She'll run you over. Run you over with her thinking. What you gonna do with all that ice? All that ice at protest sites?
I'ma get back my rights from ignoring blue police lights.
What you gonna do with all that clout from when you shout?
I'ma fuck around and find out, and find out, and find out.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
No Mundani. Wait over Mundani. No Mundani.
Oh yeah, Mundani, dude. That guy's fucking. Dad's Jeffrey Epstein. I don't know. That's what they're saying. Allegedly, just like, you know, Epstein, you know, killed himself. And then there's pictures of him floating around out in, you know, Tel Aviv, Israel. You know, I mean, I'm just saying, it's just weird things like that you notice, you know. But what you should remember is that America is kicking ass and chewing bubblegum. And we need to get rid of that large lobby group of those little dudes with the doilies on the top of their heads. You know, they actually got busted. Fun fact, they got busted for digging down into the ground. These Orthodox individuals, Orthodox Jews. I'm just going to say what it is. I don't know why I'm dancing around it. These Orthodox Jews were digging down into the ground in New York City until they got busted. They found cribs down there, baby clothes, baby bottles, all different types of shit. Okay. Weird ass shit. All right. But it's fucking crazy. All right. These people are crazy. All right. And we need to get rid of that lobby group, and we need to go back to America first, everybody else second. Sorry, we'll help you in a minute. We need to get back to what we're doing here in America. Getting back to the gold standard, baby. Let's do it. Shimmy. So this came out. Somebody sent me this. This came out when Trump got shot in the ear.
Mercy on me. These pissy Democrats put money on my head. Go get your refund, motherfucker, cause I ain't dead. I'm the orange in the fruit bowl that ain't been found. I'm the Republican.
Are you kidding? He just said the orange in the fruit bowl that ain't been found. It's incredible. This is what brings joy to my heart to see this. You know what I mean? It's just fantastic. Leave a like if you like the same thing as I do.
Ain't been crowned. When I rally, something special happens every time. I'm the greatest. Something like America in its prime. I rip the concrete jungle. I ain't never been humble. This race hot, cause I stay ready to rumble. Got a temper, Joe, go ahead. Lose your head. I'm crazy. I grab Kamala between her legs. I white around cap on my head.
He just said, grab Kamala by her leg, in between her legs, grab her right by her pussy. Oh man, you already know. That's incredible. I gotta listen to this.
Cause I stay ready to rumble. Got a temper, Joe, go ahead. Lose your head. I'm crazy. I grab Kamala between her legs. I let it round, cap on my head, chip on my shoulder. Till I've won this presidential race, pussy, this beef ain't over.
Stop it. Stop it. Of course it's not over. It's not over. You know, these people think like, you know, we're playing it. Like if I was the president, I say to myself all the time, if I was the president, like these liberals, I would round them up. All these radical individuals that are out here saying this wild ass shit about our country that live here and are citizens of our country, like I would round them up. I wouldn't kill him or anything like that. I just have him break big rocks and smaller rocks with tiny hammers. That's what I would do. I'd make them into useful idiots. And that's not harsh or anything. It's just because that's exactly what they are. They believe anything that you tell them. The next thing that they're going to see on the TV, and here come the liberals out. No protests recently. Thank friggin' God. Good Lord. Anyways, thanks for being here with me, guys. You know what? I've been working on a commercial, and, well, I'll be back in a minute. When disaster hits, you don't want excuses. You want action and peace of mind. And emergency storable food from My Patriot Supply does just that, delivering over 2,000 calories a day in 8 hearty varieties, good for over 25 years. That's 25 years of protection for when the stinky stuff hits the fan. So scan the QR code up in the corner or click the link down in the description and protect you and your family for when emergency strikes. All orders before 3 p.m. ships same day, and anything over $150 ships for free. Remember, calories equal energy, and energy equals survival. Be ready for anything before anything happens with My Patriot Supply. Now back to the show.
Ice, they don't like ice. Okay. Trumpy on the beat, yo, deep ports up. Downs are gonna freak though, live down, crash an SUV in the street. Whoa, didn't wanna cut you down to your pie, but you ain't Bezos. What's up with these baloney ass liberals out here protesting? Call the National Guard for this and resting. How many cops I need to cop? I mean, there's not enough cops here. Maybe trade your blue hair out for some God fear.
Oh man, you see, this is how we beat them, folks. You just make fun of them. That's it. And you know what's funny is that they're going to start to realize that that there's nothing that they can do about it. I say this all the time when I'm arguing with people online, especially liberals. There's not a thing you can do about it. Sorry. There's nothing that you can do about it. It's a legitimate law enforcement practice. Sorry. That's why they don't like ICE. They don't like ICE. They don't like ICE.
But you bitches don't even got a job here. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show live. Certified documents do the trick, no need to protest. Been the law forever, but you already know this. Homeless is what you be if I don't slow this. Say Tim, I heard you need advice. Don't let me ever get you fucking with ice. And anyone here rocking legit papes, you can stay. Big Donnie'll keep you safe. You stink, Tim, should've never been hired. Know you got a wife, but you're probably on Grindr.
Stop it, dude. Come on. He said, I know you got a wife, Tim, but you're probably on Grindr. Stop. Come on, let's go.
Let me ever get you fucking with ice. And anyone here rocking legit papes, you can stay. Big Donnie'll keep you safe. You stink, Tim, should've never been hired. Know you got a wife, but you're probably on Grindr. They don't like ice. They don't like ice. They don't like ice.
Oh, no, they don't. No, they don't. Oh, man. Oh, it's so awesome. You know what's awesome is here in New Hampshire, they don't like ICE, but they don't mess around with ICE because law enforcement is actually cooperating with federal law enforcement. Wow, who would have thought cooperation would create peace? Because these cops will bag you up. That's why they don't have these little ICE parties that come in, distract law enforcement from doing the job, because local law enforcement will snack you up and you'll be charged. That's right. That's why. Because these people out in these super blue states like Minnesota and all these other places, they know. You try that shit in Florida, they already told you what's going to happen. Sheriff Grady, I love him. Judge Grady, I love that guy. We need more of him. We need more Higgins, Clay Higgins out in there. We need more of those guys. It's absolutely incredible what these guys are doing out here in the street. And you know what's funny is I was listening to the Lions. I can't remember his first name, but he's a deputy director of DHS. and he was testifying on behalf of Kristi Noem, and he made this very true statement, and I think that it's what I gave me a lot of respect for the guy. He said that he doesn't want his officers to be masked either. People are doxing their families. People are doxing them. People are finding out where they live and terrorizing them. Now, if I didn't have a family, I wouldn't care. But because I have kids, of course I'm going to wear a fucking mask. You would too. You know what's funny is these liberals, these crazy people out here in the streets that we just let run around freely now. They cried for how long about, you need to wear a mask, you're jeopardizing everybody's health. How dare you question the science? And now you're out here yelling at law enforcement that are trying to literally protect them and their families. And you're like, you need to take your mask off. The same people, these same individuals that were yelling at you about guns kill, they're like, you need to, in the Second Amendment. Oh, really? The Second? No shit. Really? Well, thanks for participating. I'm glad you decided to show up to fucking class. But that doesn't mean you can go against federal law enforcement with your firearms. Technically, that's a threat, dummy. I'm just saying. And because these people are so emotionally charged, they just go on TikTok and they say whatever the fuck comes to their brain, whenever the fuck it comes to their brain, and they just don't care about what they're saying. It's one thing if you're talking shit. It's another when you're threatening people and you're saying, well, we have guns. We should go get guns, guys. Let's go get guns. Or you have these people coming on here and be like, you know what's going to happen if somebody comes on my property? Click, clack. Federal law enforcement comes on my property. All right, John Wayne, why don't you just calm down? What, you only had that fucking AR pistol for how long? Stop it. All this, I'm going to shoot an ICE officer shit is crazy. You're not. That Kyle guy that's like, we need to get guns. Enough of this shit. ICE officers need to rah, blah, blah, blah. I'm a part of Antifa. Rah, 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 rah. Okay. Whatever, dude. I thought Antifa wasn't a thing. People are starting to feel because they're starting to arrest you. There's this girl sitting there, one of these girls that are protesting for next week. I got it. It's all school stuff, right? These kids walking out of school and shit. This one girl, she's screaming at the top of her lungs, I want my mommy. Oh, well, I thought you wanted to play big girl. Now you want your mommy? Now I'm a juvenile? But you want to walk out of school and disrespect all the teachers and yell in officers' faces? I mean, you're a grown-ass adult, right? Aren't you? Isn't that how unruly grown-ass adults act? You think that there's no consequences for your actions? Listen, I'm going to tell you this from experience. You don't want to be in a prison. You don't want to be in a jail. You don't. I'm telling you right now, you don't. You don't want to go there. You don't want to go off and show off all your giblets and stuff. I'm serious, okay? You don't want to have to share the same area as a crazy person that would literally drown their children. You don't want that, okay? What you want to do is get your education and become something and become a great leader in this country. Become something great in this country because you have that opportunity to do such. Don't waste your time being stupid. Okay? One of the most degrading things that'll ever happen to you in your life is you going to show off all your giblets. Not that I have had to do it, but I've had, to inspect people. Because when you're a corrections officer, that's what you have to fucking do. So it's the worst part of the job. Everything else, whatever, but that's the worst part of the fucking job. I'd rather get pepper sprayed every day and tasered every fucking day than have to do an unclothed search. It's fucking horrible. I'm telling you. It's horrible. But anyways, new reporting across all major news outlets show a clear pattern that Trump is zeroing on exactly what voters ranked in on the top priorities. Cost of living still remains the number one concern. We just talked about that. The administration is still pushing for deregulation to bring down prices. But crime is one of those things that has gone down dramatically. Federal task force have expanded and organized in operations against violent offenders and repeat offenders. Healthcare, also a cost, continues to squeeze families, and the White House is leaning into a price transparency rule. I haven't heard this, so I'm first reading this to you, so bear with me, please. And the White House is leaning into a price transparency rules to increase competition. Okay, so he's trying to, okay, whatever. Healthcare should be affordable. Make it affordable. It shouldn't be, people need it. Duh. Let's make it affordable. I don't know why that's such a big deal. Let's see. Healthcare. And then immigration is still one of the most polarizing issues in our country. Of course, law enforcement action and border restrictions and interior operations have all increased. Yes, we know that. And the data shows more migrants have now self-deported than being forcibly removed. Oh, really? So every headline, I mean, they're pointing out that Trump is, he's just a terrorist, and not even close. I mean, because he incentivized people to leave, just like they incentivized people to come here. Trump is incentivizing people to leave and still giving them an opportunity. He's saying, here's $1,000, Jorge, get the fuck out and come back in a year. That's essentially what's happening here. And Jorge's like, okay, dude, fuck yeah. And Trump's like, please bring back them tacos. Jorge, we love your tacos. Okay. All right. And your hard work. Good job. Thanks for coming. Now get the fuck out. I mean, that's essentially what's happening right now. And of course, everybody's like, oh, it's a show for Epstein files. No, Trump is exposing all the Epstein files. 3 million documents dumped. I'm sorry. Listen, they've had it for 2 decades. I've been saying it since the beginning, since Pizzagate, since all this stuff. Okay. I've been watching it since Pizzagate. I've been following it since Pizzagate. I'm telling you right now. All right. They all covered it up. The Pizzagate thing where the guy just drove up to that weirdo pizza place that was right across the road. It had the weird from the White House that had the weird paintings all over the wall. And then the person just randomly shot up and just so happened to shoot the tower, the modem for the computer. Wow. We all knew. We all know. Pulling teeth, all that shit. Sacrifice, all that shit. It's all real. They believe in the devil. We knew it. Nobody wants to believe it. Look in the 90s where they had the whole, or was it late 80s, early 90s, where they had the whole satanic panic thing. And the kids were talking about being trafficked under tunnels. So, and then they come to find out, the kid, kids aren't credible. Well, they seem to be now. 2 decades they had these Epstein lists. 2 decades they had these lists and these files, all this shit. And nobody did a goddamn thing about it. And now all of a sudden, it's Trump's fault. Well, he said he was going to release it. Well, why wasn't anybody pushing for transparency before? Now all of a sudden everybody wants to push for transparency. Now all of a sudden we're going to do it. It's going to be a thing now. Well, that's because Trump's in there and he said he was going to do it. Well, what happened to all the other ones that said, well, yeah, no, of course, I'm going to have the toughest law enforcement that I can have, blah, 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 blah. I believe there was a lady that got stabbed in the fucking neck for no reason on a train. One was set on fire on a bus, or not on a bus. One was stabbed in the neck on a bus. 2 were set on fire on trains. Are you kidding? Oh, it's Trump's fault. It's a distraction. No, it's not. He's exposing all of it. But see, here's the problem. Here's the catch-22. This is the kill switch right here. Is that all these people that are on the list are also the wealthiest individuals in our country. Not saying that this is okay in any way, but you're not just going to be able to just do it. We have to compile evidence. Here, I'm going to break down the process for everybody at home. Okay, you compile evidence as a prosecutor, okay? And then you take those evidence and you bring them to a grand jury, and the grand jury looks over those evidence and say, yeah, motherfucker, I think we can indict this son of a bitch. And then you go and you bring subpoenas on motherfuckers. You see how that works? And then you use evidence to prosecute the individuals that you're going after like they would with anybody else. You have to use the system to get people to believe in it. You have to use it in order to bring these people to justice. That's exactly what's happening right now. You can't just be like, oh, well, they're on the list, so they need to burn. Well, if they did horrible things, yes. I think that if they went to the island and they're convicted of doing horrible things or conspiring against our country in any way, shape, or form, or was involved with any of the horrible, seditious things that this Jeffrey Epstein was involved with, I think that they should, yes, be put to death for sure. 100%. That's my opinion. You leave yours in the comment. But this whole thing that's happening with, oh, well, it's a distraction. No, it's not. It's law enforcement. It's not a distraction. Okay. It's a thing that you have to do to maintain order in your country. Okay. We have laws. We have to enforce them. When it comes to the whole Epstein stuff and everybody's like, nobody's going to see any justice from this. That's a total fucking bull-faced lie. Okay. It takes time. All right. When I was in corrections, there were dudes that were in the prison that were there for like 2 years, 3 years at a time. Okay. Waiting for a case, or they had an appeal, or they had this, or they had that. Okay. Whatever the case may be, it just doesn't happen overnight. And you have to build a concrete case, a fucking bulletproof case. Okay. You have to build one, because if you don't, these people will get away. The prosecution has to prove without a shadow of a doubt, that this individual did what they did. The defense just has to build doubt. That's it. They don't have to prove that they're innocent without a shadow of a doubt. They just have to prove that he was innocent in some way. They have to build doubt. That's it. That's all they have to do. The guy could be, okay, O.J. Simpson. Motherfucker did it. Come on, stop it. Okay? Let's be honest with ourselves. Let's be real. This takes time. Okay? Everybody wants to see these fucks burn. I want to see them burn. You want to see them burn. Okay? But what's going to happen is that we're just going to have to take our time and make sure that we do it the right way. Okay. And rushing it and pushing it through to try to get some kind of false narrative or get some kind of, well, we got to make people happy. Let's throw them a bone. No, don't throw them a fucking bone. No, get it done the right way so we can fucking eat for real. I don't want little scraps. I want the whole goddamn apple pie. That's what I fucking want. I don't want little scribbles. I don't want little crumbs. I want the fucking goddamn thing to be done and done right. The same shit when I hear the two-tier justice system is over, I want to fucking see it. And I understand the process. And this is what we need to explain to people. Is a fucking process. And all these people that are crying for due process for a fucking MS-13 gang member that traffics little kids and shit like that, and people throughout our country deserves a due process. then everybody deserves it. It's in our Constitution. We don't like it. No one fucking likes it, but that's your legal right. Okay, I'll tell you a story, and then I'll get on to these next videos. I'll tell you a story real quick. I had a dude come up to me. He was in the jail that I worked at, being detained there. He was in detention. So it was also a detention facility too as well. So we held people before they went to trial. And he was in there for some heinous shit. He come up to me and he goes, LaFond, I need you to go wash my panties. I said, you said fucking what to me? He's like, yeah, I need you to go wash my panties. That guy was in there for like almost a year and a half before he even saw anything at all. Now think of something. Now I'm not trying to be like a black pillar, or I'm not trying to do any of that stupid gay lingo stuff or whatever they talk, however they talk. I'm not trying to like build doubt. What I am saying is that the reality is that we have to build a case. Now, if a dude with a pervert that lives in his mom's fucking basement with no social skills, that wears women's underwear and thinks that I'm going to fucking wash it down in booking, that did not happen. I actually got suspended for it, but nevertheless, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is that if somebody with nothing can get tied up for 2 or 3 years in the system, somebody that has billions, millions, all the money that they want to waste on this, they could tie it up in litigation, which I think is bullshit, but they can do it. Now, you have to have fucking bulletproof. You can't have this sloppy ass, all this stuff that's been going on. But in all actuality, with Pam Bondi and what she did with the whole Epstein list, I think that, she nailed it. But we have to go through the process. We have to be patient. People are being arrested. I have a video next week that I'm going to show about Guantanamo Bay and how it possibly, maybe, might be reopening for tribunals. I'm just saying. Okay? Keep your hopes up. Okay? We are still in this fight. It's not over. It's ours. It's ours. And we're going to need to fight for it. We're in the fight for it. We have a fighter. We have a leader that wants to fight back for it. He doesn't want to be controlled by the demonic forces at hand. Okay? And this is my honest opinion. And this is just an opinion. It's a theory. Let's say it's a theory. I think that ultimately Trump, and I could be wrong, is going to turn his back on Israel and be like, I can't do it with you guys no more, because he doesn't have the support of the people. Trump needs the people to love him. I'm just saying. Leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. I always want to know what you're thinking. Let's get on to the next video, huh? Thanks for being here with me. I really do appreciate every single one of you. This next song I got for you. So I sang this in like the 5th grade. I sang this in the 5th grade. The actual real song by Coolio, but yeah, here we go.
Through the city overrun by the left, I take a look at Tim Walsh and realize he's so inept, cause he's been scheming and frauding so long that even Melania thinks he's a big ding dong, but I never crossed a lab.
He is a fucking big ding dong. Did you see that guy trotting out on stage? He is a bona fide wiener. Fucking shit.
Now you get called out by Trump. I hope that it's worth it. You got my ice agent stressing with your protesting. So please follow orders or they'll be arrested. I hate to power trip, but I gotta though. Got no paper, send you back to the land below. Fool, you the type of bee to come and drive an SUV over the police out of spite. Then you crash into street lights. Them spending most damn nights at a protest while they swear at ice.
That's awesome.
Sometimes they pay a price at a protest while they
keep doing this, America.
I must
keep
protect
doing
the
this.
nation and solve inflation. So I'm asking you to quit. Ain't got time for this shit. So we need to let eyes do their jobs now. Don't you have a CVS somewhere to rob now?
Dude, stop it. Oh my gosh. Oh man. You can't, America the Beautiful at its finest. We are, we're good at fighting. We're also good at talking shit. This is incredible. Don't you have a CVS to rob now?
Ain't got time for this shit, so we need to let eyes do their jobs now. Don't you have a CVS somewhere to rob now?
Oh, man. Stop it. That's incredible. You're incredible. Scan the QR code up in the corner. Help us out, My Patriot Supply. Grid Doctor 3,000 watt generator. Scan this QR code right here and get yourself a free solar panel along with the solar panel that comes with it, and power yourself in emergencies. It's quiet. It doesn't require gas, even though, gas generators are good too, but this one's even better. You know why? Because you can put it in your fucking house. Look at that. And you can put it in your camper. You can power your whole freaking camper with it. You can have it for when you need it, when emergency strikes, right? So be ready for anything when anything happens with My Patriot Supplies. Grid Doctor 3,000 watt generator. It's pretty killer. I haven't actually done a commercial like the one that I did for earlier. That one's actually a pretty good read. I'm just, patting myself on the back. I thought it turned out to be pretty kick-ass. Anyways, but the Grid Doctor generator is top notch. Sold by Alex Jones. I'm sure there's plenty of people that have them. I don't have one, but you could. I want one, that's for sure. They have smaller ones too, like little portable ones you can throw in the trunk of your car and things like that. Little like 1500 watt, and I think they have a 900 watt one too as well. So check them out. My Patriot Supply. Thank you for being here with me. This is the OTPH Show, Raw Steel and Sex Appeal. I really do appreciate every single one of you. Now, let's get into a couple more songs, and then I got something else I'm going to tell you, and then we're going to get the fukai out of here because it's getting past my bedtime. All right, where are we at here? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Get up here.
The liberals, are they just... Just come here the right way. It's
You gotta
all I'm
do it
really
right.
asking.
That's
Tell him,
true.
Nicki.
I see a little Donnie Lemon got in trouble. Gotta move, gotta move.
Do you see the fandango? Thunderbolts of lightning, very, very frightening. See, Galileo, 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 Figaro, Figaro. Oh, 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 ah. That was hilarious. New polls from major national survey groups show Donald Trump's holding one of the strongest base. Yes, he is. Okay. In modern politics. Across Gallup poll, Pew poll, AP, NORC. Yeah, AP, NORC. And the recruiter and Ipsol. I think that says. Republican approval stays between 78 and 90%. So his base in Republicans, but independents are still strongly behind Trump and approve and Also, still sitting in the 60s for ICE getting these fucks out of here. Hey, listen, you can't say that on YouTube. We do here. Okay, I'm just saying we need to get these fucking people out of here and get back to normal. And we need net zero immigration for the next decade. Net zero. Okay, and I'm listen, my brother, I love him and I love his wife. She's like a sister to me. She is not from this country, and you know what? She would agree with me. You know why? Because she did it the fucking right way. It's such a fucking insult. Oh, they should just, it's not really that big of a crime. No, you're right. It's not. Breaking the rules and then coming here and taking taxpayers' money when you shouldn't be here. No, you're right. It's not really breaking the rules. Meanwhile, little Timmy's getting skull fucked by, Pasquale that we just gave a food card to. I mean, come on. It's just absolutely crazy. But, meaning that he hasn't lost his core supporters. He won't lose his core supporters. Those people are, crazier than I am. So, which is fine. I mean, Trump is a great president. I don't agree with everything. I'm not a sycophant. Okay. I will call out Trump when he does stupid shit. Everybody knows that. If you've been watching my show for some time now, you would know that I will call you out for your shit for sure. 100%. But I don't disagree with anything that Trump's doing right now. He's doing everything the voters asked for. Voters say the issues that drive their discussions and decisions are economy, cost of living, crime, healthcare costs, and immigration. Those are the exact things that Trump is pinning, plus foreign policy by cutting out the fucking UN because that's fucking useless. Okay, now the WEF, which is fantastic. He just went to Davos and told all the world elites to fuck off. Guys, I mean, he's literally doing everything we asked for. Literally doing everything we asked for. We're not losing. We're midterms are going to come and we're like, yeah, okay, where's blue? Nowhere. It's not even blue or red. Where America is here. We're back. The people are taking back what is theirs. And Trump is giving it to us. And that's a huge responsibility. Remember that. That's a huge responsibility. But we're talking, and these polls that I just labeled, right? The Gallup poll, Pew poll, the AP, the Recruiter, all those are super liberal polls. I mean, guys, we're not losing. We're kicking ass and chewing bubblegum. And the people that are making these videos and keep sending them to me, you're kicking ass and chewing bubblegum. Thank you so very much. Let's get into the last 3 videos I have for you, and then I got to get out of here. I know. It's tough. It's tough. I know. But Trump is the baddest. He is absolutely the baddest. Let's do it. You know it. Yeah. And the more that the liberals and the lying media tell me Trump is doing bad, the more I believe he's doing good. I mean, think about all the lies. Think about all of it. We all knew it was real. For the people in the back, let's do it. Yes, Trump is bad. He's killing it. I mean, what else can I say? $20 trillion. He's bringing down the Federal Reserve. He's cleaning up the streets with violent crime. He's bringing down the cost of living. He's putting the thumb on other political figures to make sure that they're enhancing your life, your way of life. He's telling you, you have a voice. Go out and use it. Go out and use your voice. Go out and say something to your local official. Don't be a cock about it. I mean, you don't have to be like me. But go out and say something. That's your right to do so. This person represents you.
Will make a change by protesting.
You're fucking kidding.
Change by protesting ICE.
That hair. Stop it.
Holding up those signs, it will make a difference. So take this advice.
Yeah, take this advice.
Maybe find
Bring your
something
ass
else
home
to
right
do.
now.
Re-dye your hair all blue, or get that Kamala tapped. Just stay out of the street. Don't bother ICE. They've been said to prevent the demise of this great country. So please don't interfere. Consequences severe. They don't mess around. What's so wrong with trying to clean up the town? With a zip, they'll be
Oh, man.
if the proper docs aren't found. Don't you dare try to sneak and error.
That's so awesome. You guys are great. This is fantastic. I absolutely love this. I mean, what do you say? I'll tell you what you say. Thank you very much for liking, watching, loving everything that we do here at the OTPH Show. You know, Raw Steel and Sex Appeal Gravy Train on Biscuit Wheel. So get on board, baby, because we are a movement that is going to the top with your love and support. And thank you so very much for all of your love and support. Scan the QR code up in the corner. Help us out. Newest sponsor, My Patriot Supply. Help yourself out. Be ready for disaster when disaster strikes. Also, watch us Thursdays, like tonight, 8 o'clock, 8:30, in between that time. Sunday, same time. Watch my shorts. Like all of it. Let YouTube know, like, haha, fuck you. We like this shit. All right? And I love you guys. Thank you so very much. Again, scan the QR code. Love you. Like I always say, love your neighbor, love your family. Most importantly, love you. You can't love the other two. Fucking shit. I don't even have the video ready. Damn it. So unprofessional. So unprofessional. Sorry, guys. Do I do that on purpose? No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm just trying to keep the flow going, you know, because I have a tendency to ramble, you know, so I'm just trying to keep things going. You know what I mean? So we're going to try that again. We're going to take it from the tippity top. And then I'm going to get the fuck out of here. All right. Take two. Ready? Thank you guys so very much for liking, watching, loving everything we do here at the OTPH Show. You know, Raw Steel and Sex Appeal Gravy Train on Biscuit Wheels. So get on board because we are a movement that's going to the top with your love and support. And thank you so very much for all of your love and support. Scan the QR code up in the corner, My Patriot Supply, our newest sponsor to help you and help us and be ready for disaster when disaster hits. Okay? And then all the other fun stuff, too, that we have in the description. Check that out. That's always a good time. You're always a good time. I love you so very much. And like I always say, love your neighbor, love your family. Most importantly, love you. You can't love the other two without you. I love you. God bless you. And we will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.
This right, keep the border locked up real tight. Those headlines that they write about
You knew I couldn't stay away.
I told
Come on.
you what you need to stay in here legally. So if you don't, it's time to bid you adieu. You knew the rules, but you came here.
I mean, is that how Justin Timberlake's going to look when he's 80 years old? I don't know. Leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. I always want to know what you're thinking. This is incredible. Did you know that Justin Timberlake was arrested and nobody knew who the fuck he was? That's incredible. Thank you.
No paper sign. Don't blame me because you couldn't get here. Now it's bye. You can stay here if your record's clean. Documents in hand and the card is green.
Oh,
Think you're
God.
sneaky? No, don't even try. Cause it's bye. If you make your son an act a fool, ain't no telling what they might
Man.
Lawful orders, oh, you must come die, or it's bad, bad, bad. Oh, oh.
Oh my gosh, you guys are incredible. This is incredible. Thank you so very much, guys. I'll see you on the next one. All right, I got to get the fuck out of here. All right, I love
Do this right, keep the border locked up real tight. Those headlines that they write about me aren't true. I told you what you need